Before we can do much more programming, we're going to need to add some components to our circuit here so that we can test things out. So to get rid of the code window, I'm going to click code to hide that. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab an LED and drag it right over to the circuit board here. And I'm going to put it a little bit higher than the pin I'm going to connect it to. I want it to connect to pin 10 right here. So I'm going to connect the anode, the long lead, to pin 10. And then I'm going to change the color of that wire to red just to kind of help color code things. And then I'm going to connect the cathode, or the short lead of the LED, to ground. And I'm going to put a bend point in that wire so that it's just a little bit easier to keep things organized. And I'm going to change the color to black because it's connected to ground. Now I'm going to need a button for the red LED as well. We're not going to use it for quite a while, but I'm going to add it right now because I want it to be, I want my circuit to sort of look organized and to be easy to see what's connected where. And so it's a little easier to do that if I sort of take care of things right now. So right now, if you see, there's not quite enough room for that button. It wants to snap to the LED. So I'm going to have to move my LED up just a tad. Move it right up there. And then I can do this here if I want to keep that organized. And now I can squeeze my button in right here. If it's right over the top of the wire, it won't try to connect to it. So now I'm going to connect one side of this button to pin 9, and I'm going to make it red, just so that, again, it's easy to see what's going on. And I'm going to connect the other end to ground. And I'll put another bend point in there just so to keep things easy here, and make it black again because it's connected to ground. So that's my red LED and button. Now I'm going to do the same thing for green. And because eventually I'll have yellow down here and blue up here, I'm going to put the green one right up here. So I'm going to put the green button right about here, and I'll go ahead and get an LED, put it right over here, about like that. And I'm going to switch the color of the LED to green. The wire by default is green, so I don't have to change that. I'll scoot it over so it's a vertical there. The wire for the button is also green by default. And then connecting the ground, put a bend point in there and make it black. And I'll connect this one and make it black. Oh. So I now have the circuitry needed to continue with the tutorials as I am going to present them to you. But this is not all of the circuitry you will need to complete a finished game. This circuit still needs a blue and a yellow LED, and you still need to figure out where to connect both the button and the LED to the circuit board. So to show you which things need to get connected where, I'm going to show you a picture of the actual circuit board you will eventually use. Here is a picture of the printed circuit board that you will eventually solder all your components to create your Simon Says game. As you can see in the upper left corner here, we've got the green corner, which has a LED connected to pin 7 and a button connected to pin 6, just like in your virtual circuit. And then in the upper right corner, we have the red corner with an LED attached to pin 10 and a button attached to pin 9, again, just like in your virtual circuit. Down in the lower left corner, we have the yellow corner with an LED attached to pin 4 and a button attached to pin 8. And then in the lower right corner, we have the blue corner with an LED attached to pin 3 and a button attached to pin 2. With this information, the information for the blue corner and the yellow corner, I want you to add the, the LEDs and the buttons for both the yellow and blue corners to your virtual circuit now.